This video covers the dreaded percent applications. Let's start with this one. This year, a small business had a total revenue of $46,900. This is 34% more than their total revenue the previous year, and we're asked to find their total revenue the previous year. Since this 46,000 number is such an increase, I'm going to expect that their revenue last year was smaller by about $10,000 or so. We can solve this using the percentage equation of percent times the base equals the amount. In this case, the amount is 46,900, and the percent has to do with this 34%. However, this problem has an added complication because it's a 34% increase, which means what we need to think of, if they made 100% of what they did last year, they would be making whatever they made last year. So since it's 34% more, what we need to consider right here is 100% of last year's plus a 34% on top of that increased. And so the percentage I'm going to use is actually 134%. So again, the original value, unchanging amount, would be 100%, and we have 34% more on top of that. To write this in our equation, I'm going to write 1.34. We don't know what the base is, so this is 1.34 times x equals this new amount of 46,900. This is a calculator okay problem, so since 1.34 is multiplied in, we divide it out and get x equals $35,000 on the nose, which is about what we would expect. You can do this problem other ways by finding the 34%. That would just be the increase, and so then you would have to add that on. This is another percent increase or decrease problem. So it says the price of a cup of coffee was $2.35 yesterday, and today the price fell to $2.10. We want to find the percentage of that decrease, which means our amount is going to be tied to the change. We're trying to find the percentage of the decrease, not the percentage of the original amount. So to find the change, I want to take the difference between these two numbers. Remember that $2.35 is the base. And the difference in these two of 25 cents, that's the amount. So using percentage times the base equals the amount, I'd set up the equation like this. Percentage is what we're trying to find. I'll call it P of 2.35 equals 0.25. Since it only decreased by a quarter, I'm guessing that this percent change is kind of small. Then again, the cup of coffee didn't cost that much to begin with. Okay, to solve this, I'm going to just divide both sides by 2.35. Since it's multiplied in, we divide it out. And we have P equals this long decimal, 0.106382977, goes on from there. Remember, this is a decimal. Our answer is supposed to be a percent, so we need to convert to a percentage first by hopping the decimal over two places. Get 10.6382, goes on from there. I should write 3 if I'm going to truncate it. But then we're also told that we're supposed to round to the nearest tenth of a percent. So that means the nearest, it's right after the decimal. So I want to round to this place right here. Look to the number after, I'm going to round down. And so our final answer is 10.6%. Make sure you convert it to a percentage before you round. Sale price. We're actually doing two of these because there's a world of difference between this word off and a word we're going to see on the next problem, which is of. This says a table's on sale for 72% off. The sale price is $218.40. So if this is on sale for 72% off, that means what percentage of the original price remains is going to be 100% less 72%. So I'm going to subtract those two, get a difference of 28%. That is the percentage of the remaining cost, which means I'm going to expect that the actual price of the table would be just a little bit less than 4 times this amount. I'm going to expect it to be about in the $800 range. Since it was 72% off, we needed to find what was left. From here, we can use our friendly equation of the percent times the base equals the amount. Here, this $218 is indeed the amount. The base is going to be the original price, the non-sale price. We have 0.28 of X, let's say, for the original price of the desk, equals 218.40. Once we have this, we're almost home free. We just need to solve the equation. Divide both sides by 0.28. And I found that the answer was $780 on the dot, which is about what we would expect. All right, there's a world of difference between this and this problem, which says, at a sale this week, a desk is being sold for $231. This is 66% of the original price. So that means 66% of the original price still remains and is represented by this $231. So the original price, this 231 is about 2/3 of the original price. That means I don't need to find what percentage is remaining because it's 66% that's remaining. And again, the difference here is this is the word of, and in the previous problem, we had the word 72% off. What we have here, using percent times the base equals the amount, so we have 0.66 of the base, I'll call it X, so the original price of the desk, equals 231. That's our equation, and now we go ahead and just solve it. So I'm going to divide both sides by 0.66, and X should equal $350. About 2/3 of 350 is 231, so the answer should be what we expect. Thank you. Good luck on the test, you guys.